We're not afraid of the dark, but what might lurk within it. On the internet, a new nightmare has been born. The Rake, a monster that asks for nothing, just watches. In 2005, the first threads began. A simple request on a forum: let's invent a legend that would terrify everyone. From the scattered responses, a rudimentary form of the monster emerged, bald, with ash-grey skin, walking on all fours, with black, lustrous eyes, like a void staring back at you. The Rake is an example of how networks produce their myths: fragments, altered images, fragmented testimonies, then gradually cohere into a heritage. Countless stories have been told on the forums. He woke up to the sound of breathing at the foot of the bed. The creature sat up and stared, then whispered one word, "Rake," and jumped through the window. The aimless is terrifying. The Rake does not negotiate, does not take revenge, does not demand. He only observes. A diary account from 1964 was later included in the Rake mythology. A woman says she lost her husband and child in one night, and a white entity creeps around the house. It wasn't death that was terrifying. It was what was staring at us from under the bed as we took our last breaths. The fear of the Rake is likened to recurring dreams and sleep paralysis. You feel like someone is watching you, and you are unable to scream or move. A mind under pressure produces beings out of nothing. Emptiness is given meaning, sometimes by a crawling being. The Rake has appeared in dozens of found footage videos, as a visual element in indie games and digital artists, in forests, on the edges of beds, and even in heat ray lenses. Mystery is half the battle. You let the viewer complete the features with their mind. There is no conclusive evidence of the existence of such a creature, but witnesses, particularly in rural areas of the United States and Canada, have reported seeing white creatures crawling along forest edges or roads. Readings have interpreted them as diseased animals, skin abnormalities, or nocturnal hallucinations. Mixing a mangy dog, a badger, and a tired deer in poor light could easily result in a monster appearance. Some thinkers see the Rake as a symbol of guilt and fear of the unknown, a featureless entity that reflects our deepest fears. It is a punishment without a charge, inhabiting a pre-linguistic zone. Whether you believe it or consider it a participatory myth born of a screen, its cultural impact remains real. In a time when nightmares are being digitally replicated, the Rake appears as the embodiment of an ancient terror. The question whispered at the foot of the bed: are you still dreaming? Or has the Rake arrived?